Welcome back. So now what we need to do is that we need to add something very important to the search functionality. So here in this search, if you say, for example, if you say bag, and if you search for bag, it is going to return all bags. However, if you click on the second page, here it is going to return shoes as well. And this is a problem. So why do we get shoes even though I said here bag? The reason is because here in the search products, the pagination here, this pagination in the subsequent pages, the search will not be used, because in the subsequent pages the search input will always be null, because this post search input is gonna be null in the second and third and any subsequent page. So how can we get around this problem? To get around this problem, we need to store the latest keyword that the user searched for in the session. So instead of saying here, instead of saying if is set post search button, we need to remove this. We need to remove this actually. We don't need to remove this. We need to remove this. So I'm going to remove this. And I'm going to also remove here the else, and I'm going to remove this code. So there will be no if statement at all. Instead, what we want to do is that we want here, what we want to do is that here, before we use the pagination, we want to say if, and then we want to get is set. We want to get the post search input, because if you check any page has this actually in the navigation. So in any page, this form, which is the form for the search, has this input, which is the search input. So we need to get this search input keyword here, and whenever we have it, we need to store it. We need to say session, and then we need to create a new session called search input or search keyword. Let's say search input is equal to the post search input. And if we don't have that, if we don't have the search input, if we don't have the post search input, it means that we are in the subsequent page. It means that we are either in page 2 or 3 or 5 or whatever, but we are in the subsequent page. So in this case, we need to create a variable called search input, which is going to be equal to the session. So in this case, I'm going to be using the session search input. And of course, here in the first case, we also need to store the session in the search input. So I'm going to say search input is equal to the session, is equal to the session search input. So what I did is that I got, in case we have the search input, which is going to be in the first page, only in the first page, which means that the user clicked on this icon. We need to get the search input from the post request and store it in the session, and then store the session in this variable. Else, we just need to get the keyword, the last keyword that the user used to search for a product, and store it in the search input. And then here we no longer need this. We need to remove this line, and that's it. Let me now save and show you how awesome this is. Now let me here refresh, and let me here search for shoes. I'm going to say shoes. If I say shoes and if I click on search, as you can see, I'm going to get shoes, green shoes, blue shoes. If I click on the second page, if I click on 2, I'm going to get also shoes, blue shoes, and yellow shoes. I'm not going to get any other product. I'm going to get only shoes. Similarly, if I say bag, I'm going to get only bags. I'm going to get here bag. So you aren't going to get anything other than the keyword that you searched for. So this is very important. Using the session here is very important to make sure that you are going to get the only the products that the user searched for.